Hey guys, welcome to Contouring and Croissants. I'm Megan, or welcome back. I'm not sure if you've been here before or not. This is my first official video. I've done a few in the past, but I've never put them up because I was a little bit weirded out by it. Videos and being on here is not something that's super comfortable, so please be nice. I understand that there's a lot of people that may not like this look or may not think that this look is wearable. That's completely okay. Feel free to leave that down below. And if you think there's a look that is more wearable that you'd like me to recreate, absolutely let me know. I wanted to do this look because I really was inspired by it about to be fall. Yes, I live in Georgia. It is still hot as hell. It's not going to cool off anytime soon. But I thought this was a good look to be able to transition into the fall and have that nice dark, rich fall colors throughout the look. This look would be great with a pair of jeans, a white shirt, and a big chunky scarf, a pair of booties. It's really wearable, and once you get the technique down for the eye look, this smoky kind of shaded eye, you can recreate it with any colors. So, without further ado, let's get started. So here you see me applying a very light creamy concealer. I'm then blending it out with a very damp beauty blender. What you want to do is ensure that you're covering the whole eye area and any area where you're going to have any discoloration or redness. For me, that's mostly my T-zone and definitely under my eyes as I have a lot of dark circles. Now comes the foundation. On here, this is the Tarte equivalent of the Shape Tape foundation. It's called the DoubleDuty. I love it because it is a really thick, yet once you blend it out, not super cakey foundation, so long as you do use a beauty blender with it. As you see here, I'm using one. This is Sonia Kashuk's beauty blender set that I got from Target for about $15 or $20. It came with about 5 to 6 different beauty blenders, so for anybody who's kind of unsure how the wet sponge technique of application works, I definitely recommend that packet. Beauty Blender also around the holidays usually has a 15 to 18 sampler sponge set that you can try, and it's the Real Techniques, not Beauty Blender brand, and that's really good too. Now's the concealer. I did speed this up a lot. So yes, we started with a creamy concealer, and I don't use the one I usually use on my entire face as my initial base. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is by far my favorite concealer. I've always applied it this way, where I put it with a wet sponge, and as you saw there, I dampened it with some more MAC Fix Plus. I always put it on my chin, my nose, my upper lip, and my forehead because those are the spots that get the most light, and those are also the spots where I'm going to highlight with some highlighting powder. Under the eyes, I put it kind of as a loose triangle and blend it all the way out as well. Here I'm just applying any powder that you have. I've really been loving the LA Girl Cosmetics powder in the banana and translucent colors. They're really light and they don't have a bad smell to them either. That same powder, which for me is the LA Girl Cosmetics banana colored powder, I'm applying to bake. Now I know baking, a lot of people, it's kind of foreign for them, but essentially baking just is that you're going to put an extra amount of powder in the spots where you want it to really sit on there and stick to be nice and light. So for most people, that's going to be under the eyes as I did, and then right under where your bronzer would go. This is all dependent on the shape of your face, because different shapes require different kind of contouring. So I may do a video down the road about different face shapes and how to contour. Let me know down below if that's something that you'd be really interested in, and I can definitely do it. Now comes the fun part, the eyes. Here I use the color Burnt Orange from the Soft Glam Palette and put it in my crease as my transition shade. This is pretty good for most universal skin tones because it's a nice orangey color that can be blended. Then I use my finger and I applied a mixture of Glistening and a little bit of Fairy from that same Soft Glam palette. I like using my finger because it helps to be a more concentrated color. Then I took the color Dusty Rose, put a little bit of Cyprus Umber onto it, and put it on the outer V of my eye. I took that same Dusty Rose and a little bit of the Burnt Orange, and I smudged the black liner that I put under my eyes in order to give more of a smoky look. If you're not really into the dramatic eye, you can skip this step, but I love it because of my eye color and it makes it pop. Same thing with any blues or greens would make it pop. Here's where eyeliner comes into play. A lot of people always ask how to do a winged or a cat eye. The biggest thing you need to figure out first is which formula eyeliner works the best for you, so check out the blog because I did address the best fit of eyeliners. For me, that's the Kat Von D tattoo liner because it's a felt tip and has great control. Always make sure to taper the end of your wing and then bring it into the inside. The next step is to curl your lashes. Whether or not you're going to be using fake lashes, I am in this tutorial, you always want to make sure you curl your lashes in order to really get the dramatic effect. I think the most important thing to get great voluminous lashes is to have a good base. For me, that's the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash. It's a white mascara, which I love. Give it a few seconds on the eyes, work it just like you do a mascara, and then top it with your favorite. Today I use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, which works perfectly well. Since I'm putting on false lashes, I was a little bit imperfect with it. If you see me coat the top of my lashes, that will help thicken them. So make sure you do that and then brush that product through to get dramatic lashes. Here I'm just bronzing the face. A trick to that is to kind of angle your face, the bottom of your jaw, away from the side that you're working on to see where that hollow of your bone is. Some people do fish face, but that could give you wrinkles, so avoid that when possible. Then I've gone and blushed and highlighted the face. As you see here, I'm adding my highlight, which is going to be on the same spots that I put that concealer, minus under my eyes. This is the fake lash step, and this is very hard to kind of film, so I might do a whole video dedicated to this. Essentially, you need to get the glue very, very tacky on your lash. I love the House of Lashes glue that you can find at Sephora. I put it on there and probably wait about a solid minute before I even try to put the lash on the eye. Then you just place it on top and then use tweezers or your fingers to position it into place. Once it gets a little tackier on the eye, you then even can push it down even further, but be patient. The last step is going to be lips. For me, I'm just using a nude base liner. For this, you can do any kind of liner. A lot of people wonder if you have to match the lipstick to the liner. I don't. This is my Makeup Forever one that is barely a nub because it's my absolute favorite, and I use it no matter what kind of color I'm using. Liner is essentially just going to help prevent bleeding onto your lips if you have any wrinkles around your mouth. It doesn't have to match. It is a perfect match. And then here I sped this up as well because it takes me forever to apply liquid lipstick. It's an imperfect science in my opinion. The darker the color, the more precise you have to be. And sometimes if you go outside of the line, don't be afraid to use a little bit of your liner to kind of bring that back in. Or use a Q-tip that you dip into a little bit of makeup remover. That also really helps. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I really like this look because it's vampy and dark and includes a lot of fall colors. That Soft Glam Palette by Anastasia has a really good mix of fall colors that will work on most skin tones, if not all skin tones. If that one is one that you're a little bit worried about, look up Juvia's palettes. They're actually really good and really pigmented. So thanks so much for watching. Please leave any comments down below about looks that you'd like to see, especially if there's a YouTuber or celebrity that you've loved their makeup lately. Make sure you put a picture down below and I'll try to replicate it in my next video. Or you can go on any of my social media, Contouring and Croissants. I have Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can send me a message there too and let me know what you'd like to see. Until next time, thanks for visiting. Bye.